The morning sun in Copenhagen is gentle, peeking through the window, painting the room in a soft golden glow. It's the kind of light that makes everything feel possible, as if the city itself is quietly encouraging you to step outside and discover something new. The sunlight invites me to start the day, promising adventure and new experiences with every warm ray that spills across the floor. There's a special feeling when you wake up in a new city. The air is fresh, tinged with the sea, and the city hums with quiet anticipation. The streets below are just beginning to stir, and you can sense the stories waiting to unfold. I lay there, listening to the city come alive, my heart full of excitement for what lay ahead. The distant sound of bicycle bells and the gentle murmur of voices drifted in, blending with the cool morning breeze. Today, I wanted to live like a local. No strict itinerary, just a sense of curiosity and a willingness to let the city guide me. In Denmark, that means one thing: riding a bicycle. Here, cycling isn't just a way to get around, it's woven into the rhythm of daily life. I'd heard about Copenhagen's bike culture, how it's not just transport but a way of life. The city is designed for cyclists, with wide lanes and a sense of freedom that's contagious. The idea of gliding through historic streets, feeling the breeze, and seeing the city at a human pace was irresistible. Every turn of the pedal would reveal something new: hidden courtyards, colorful facades, and the pulse of Copenhagen itself. On a bike, you're part of the scenery, free to stop and explore at will. You can pause for a coffee, snap a photo, or simply watch the world go by. My mission: find a bike, find some food, and find an adventure. I wanted to taste Danish pastries, wander into local markets, and let my curiosity lead the way. I stood by the window, taking in the colorful mix of old and new architecture, watching early cyclists glide by in a graceful dance. The city felt alive yet calm, as if it was waiting for me to join in. This was the start of something wonderful, the promise of a day filled with discovery and the thrill of not knowing exactly what I'd find. I grabbed my jacket, my wallet, and my sense of wonder. With every step, my anticipation grew. The city was calling, and I was ready to answer. The world outside my door felt full of possibility. Every street corner promised discovery, every face a possible new friend. The energy of the city was infectious, and I couldn't help but smile at the thought of what was to come. This is why I travel, the joy of the unknown waiting to be known. Each moment is a chance to learn, to connect, and to be surprised. Copenhagen was a mystery I couldn't wait to solve. The city's secrets felt just within reach, ready to be uncovered by anyone willing to look. I stepped out the door, ready for whatever Denmark had in store. My adventure had just begun, and the city was waiting. In Copenhagen, bikes are everywhere. Finding one is easier than finding coffee. The city feels like it was designed for cyclists, with bikes weaving through every street and square. It's a place where cycling isn't just a way to get around, but a way of life. I picked a city bike, unlocked it with an app, and suddenly, the city was mine. The process was so simple and intuitive, it felt like the bike had been waiting for me all along. With a gentle push, I set off, feeling a sense of freedom I hadn't expected. My first pedal strokes were wobbly, but the wide, smooth bike lanes made it easy to find my rhythm. The lanes are separated from traffic, so even beginners like me can relax and enjoy the ride. It's as if the city encourages you to keep going, no matter your skill level. Around me, everyone rode with confidence. Grandmothers, parents, business people, all part of a seamless flow. The diversity of riders is inspiring. Cycling here is for everyone, regardless of age or background. I quickly became one of them, gliding through streets lined with colorful buildings and over bridges crossing sparkling canals. Every turn revealed a new postcard-perfect view, and I felt like I was part of a moving painting. Cafes buzzed with morning chatter, and cyclists smiled as they passed. The city felt alive, yet calm, with a gentle energy that made me want to slow down and soak it all in. There was no honking, no rush, just the soft whir of chains and the city's gentle pulse. The usual stress of city travel melted away, replaced by a sense of peace and belonging. I let the bike paths guide me, turning wherever curiosity led. Each intersection felt like an invitation to explore further, to see what lay beyond the next corner. This is the best way to explore. You stumble upon hidden courtyards, quirky shops, and quiet parks. Every detour brought a new discovery, making the city feel endlessly surprising. Every pedal took me deeper into the heart of Copenhagen. The more I rode, the more I felt connected to the city's spirit and its people. The simple act of riding a bike became a profound experience of connection and joy. It was more than just transportation. It was a celebration of movement and discovery. I didn't need a destination, just the freedom to discover. The journey itself was the reward, and every moment felt new. The city's design shaped its mood, peaceful, welcoming, alive. It's a place where you feel safe and inspired to keep exploring no matter how far you go. I was falling in love with Copenhagen, one turn at a time. Each street, each smile, each gentle breeze made me feel more at home. The adventure had truly begun. I realized that every ride here could be a new story, a new memory waiting to be made. And I was ready for whatever came next, eager to see where the bike and the city would take me next. As I rode, I noticed the small details of daily life. A father sang to his kids in a cargo bike, friends chatted side by side, and the city felt built for connection. Bike lanes weren't just for commuting, they were social spaces, alive with laughter and conversation. The air was filled with the cheerful ding of bells and the rustle of leaves. Passing Tivoli Gardens, I caught the faint sound of music and the city's joyful energy. I detoured through the King's Garden, manicured lawns, vibrant flowers, and people relaxing in the sun. The park's calm was the perfect balance to the city's motion. Refreshed, I realized I was hungry. Time to find the best Danish pastry. I hopped back on my bike, following the scent of coffee and baked goods. The quest for breakfast was on. Copenhagen's magic was in these simple, perfect moments. I stumbled upon a charming little spot called Café Lille Hygge, Little Cozy Cafe, tucked away on a quiet Copenhagen street, its windows glowing with warmth even on a chilly morning. As soon as I stepped inside, the rich aroma of freshly brewed coffee and sweet pastries wrapped around me like a comforting hug, instantly making me feel at home. Wooden tables, flickering candles, and the gentle hum of soft music created a warm, inviting atmosphere that seemed to slow down time. The barista greeted me with a cheerful "God Morgen," and with a friendly smile pointed out their favorite pastry, a beautiful nut-topped swirl that looked almost too good to eat. I ordered it, along with a big cup of coffee, and found a perfect table by the window where I could watch the world go by. The pastry was a work of art, golden and flaky, and the coffee arrived in a sturdy, comforting mug that warmed my hands. All around me, locals chatted quietly, read their newspapers, and enjoyed their own morning rituals, filling the space with a gentle sense of community. This wasn't just breakfast. It was a lesson in slowing down and truly savoring the moment, letting each bite linger. The cafe felt like the heart of the neighborhood, a gathering place where people came together for connection, comfort, and contentment. I paused to appreciate the simple joy of being there, surrounded by the gentle buzz of morning life. The Danish concept of hygge, coziness, comfort, and well-being, was alive in every detail, from the soft lighting to the friendly faces. It was more than just a meal. It was an experience that made me feel both welcomed and inspired. For a little while, I felt like I truly belonged, sharing in the morning with locals, even if just for a single breakfast. The city outside could wait. This was a moment to treasure, a peaceful pause before the day's adventures. Sometimes, the best adventures begin with something as simple as a pastry and a cup of coffee. And as I stepped back out into the city, I knew this one was just getting started. The first sip of coffee was strong and smooth, the perfect start. I pressed my fork into the pastry, hearing the crackle of delicate layers. The first bite was a revelation, crisp outside, airy inside, with a swirl of sweet almond filling. It was pure joy on a plate. Around me, the cafe buzzed with life, an elderly couple sharing a newspaper, a student typing away, the barista chatting with a regular. I felt lucky to be part of this little community, even for a moment. Food is about more than taste. It's about connection and culture. Finishing the last crumb, I felt content and welcomed. This was hygge in action, a simple breakfast that filled me with warmth. I thanked the barista with a heartfelt "Tak!" and left with a smile. A castle was waiting, and my adventure was far from over. Sometimes happiness is just a pastry away. I stepped outside, ready for the next chapter. The day was unfolding perfectly, and I couldn't wait to see what was next. The journey to Kronborg Castle began with a scenic train ride to Helsingør, bike in tow. The countryside rolled by, green hills, red-roofed villages, and glimpses of the sparkling Øresund Strait. The train ride was a chance to reflect, travel is about the in-between moments too. Arriving in Helsingør, I pedaled through cobblestone streets toward the sea. Kronborg Castle rose ahead, majestic and storied, the inspiration for Shakespeare's Hamlet. Its towers and spires stood against the sky, commanding the narrow strait between Denmark and Sweden. The salty air and cries of seagulls set the scene. I understood why this spot was so important for centuries. I parked my bike, heart pounding with anticipation. This was more than a castle. It was a gateway to history and legend. I was ready to step inside and explore a world of kings, soldiers, and stories. The adventure was about to take a dramatic turn, and I was all in. Crossing the moat, I entered a world of Renaissance grandeur. The courtyard echoed with centuries of history, banquets, intrigue, and royal drama. I joined a guided tour, where stories of kings, lavish feasts, and the legendary sound dues brought the castle to life. The royal apartments dazzled with tapestries and ornate furniture. Descending into the dark casemates, I found the statue of Holger the Dane, the mythical warrior said to sleep until Denmark needs him. The castle's legends gave it a soul. More than just stone, it was alive with stories. Walking the tunnels, I felt the weight of history pressing in. Kronborg was a place where myth and reality met. I left the castle feeling like a time traveler, humbled and inspired. I wandered the ramparts, wind in my hair, gazing across the sea to Sweden. The view was breathtaking, a panorama of water and sky. Here, Hamlet's story felt real. The words "to be or not to be" seemed to linger in the salty air. Kronborg was both a real castle and a castle of the imagination, immortalized by Shakespeare. I felt awe at the history, gratitude for the experience, and joy in the moment. These are the true souvenirs of travel, feelings and memories that last. As the sun dipped lower, I took one last look, trying to capture it all. The day had been full, a bike ride, a pastry, and a brush with legend. Denmark had given me a perfect day. I headed back, heart full and thankful for every moment. The train ride back was quiet and reflective. I replayed the day, simple pleasures, grand history, and moments of connection. Travel isn't just about places, it's about feelings, discoveries, and the people you meet. This trip changed me, opening my eyes and filling my heart with new stories. You learn so much when you step out of your routine, about happiness, community, and yourself. The real magic of travel is in the journey, not the checklist. Let's keep exploring together. One meal, one friend, one discovery at a time. Thank you for joining me on this incredible day in Denmark. The world is waiting. Let's see where we go next. Until then, keep your heart open to adventure.